French elegance meets shabby chic. Elsie de Wolfe's vintage style guide for your home design. Hello there, friends. It's David here, and welcome back to Vintage and Rustic, the YouTube channel where we gather around the charm of timeless design, the soft glow of antique touches, and the warm embrace of rustic living. Today, I'm inviting you into a world where French elegance gracefully intertwines with the cozy, weathered beauty of shabby chic. It's a style that evokes delicate lace curtains fluttering in the breeze, worn wooden furniture painted in gentle pastels, and gilded mirrors reflecting candlelight. We'll be following the design sensibilities of none other than Elsie de Wolfe, often hailed as the first lady of interior decorating. Elsie brought a breath of fresh air to stuffy Victorian interiors, championing light, airiness, and the understated beauty of vintage French elegance. Her work beautifully marries Rococo-inspired curves, soft upholstery, distressed finishes, and floral motifs, giving us a perfect guide to transform any space into a haven of rustic charm and classic grace. If you love words like distressed wood, linen slipcovers, antique lighting, wrought iron accents, vintage chandeliers, toile fabric, and provincial cabinets, you're in exactly the right place. Let's step quietly into this nostalgic dream together. Elsie's vision for interiors was one of soft colors, airy rooms, and an emphasis on lived-in beauty, a look that resonates perfectly with the shabby chic aesthetic we adore here. Think of a room where faded rose wallpaper peeks from behind delicate lace drapes, where a weathered armoire stands proudly beside a French Bergère chair upholstered in pale floral fabric. Elements like chippy paint, rustic farmhouse tables, carved headboards, and soft, muted hues in blush pinks, antique whites, and dove grays are essential to creating this inviting environment. Elsie loved the light, sun-drenched spaces, sparkling crystal sconces, gilded frames, and whitewashed floors. Accessories were carefully chosen. Porcelain figurines, glass decanters, In today's world of fast furniture and modern minimalism, there's something deeply comforting about surrounding ourselves with pieces that have a past. Elsie de Wolfe's approach teaches us that home design can be both practical and beautiful, filled with character and gentle sophistication. For instance, you might start with a delicate Louis XVI console table, painted in soft antique blue, and top it with a stack of vintage leather-bound books, a glass cloche covering dried hydrangeas, and a pair of brass candlesticks. Mix in linen or burlap textiles, fluted glass vases, and maybe a weathered iron bed frame dressed in layers of ruffled bedding and hand-stitched quilts. French elegance meets shabby chic when these refined details are paired with rustic, worn finishes, like rough-hewn beams, patinated mirrors, or reclaimed barnwood shelves. Imagine the soft glow of a vintage chandelier overhead, its crystals catching the light above a rustic farmhouse dining table. It's about balance, luxurious textures next to rough surfaces, ornate flourishes beside humble, handmade objects. What makes this blend of French elegance and shabby chic so enduring is its versatility. Whether you live in a country cottage, an urban loft, or a suburban bungalow, you can introduce touches of this timeless look into your home. It could be as simple as hanging a gilded antique mirror above a painted console, dressing your windows with billowy white sheers, or placing a delicate porcelain vase of fresh-cut garden roses on your kitchen table. Soft, faded florals, ruffled slipcovers, and vintage brass fixtures all speak to this aesthetic. Even incorporating architectural salvage, like an old iron gate as wall art or repurposed vintage doors, adds to the textured, storied feel. And don't forget accessories like enamel pitchers, lace-trimmed linens, mercury glass votives, and stacked old suitcases. These thoughtful details turn everyday spaces into something poetic and personal. It's a style that feels gently collected over time, rather than staged or overly curated. When you layer vintage chandeliers, As we wrap up this relaxing journey through Elsie de Wolfe's vintage style guide, it's clear that the meeting point between French elegance and shabby chic is a space filled with stories, warmth, and subtle sophistication. This is more than just decorating. It's about creating a home that feels welcoming, light, and rich with character. It's about choosing pieces that carry a sense of history, whether it's a delicately chipped urn, a soft lace curtain, or a century-old armoire. These design choices reflect not only personal taste, but an appreciation for craftsmanship and time-worn beauty. And just as Elsie de Wolfe redefined interiors with her fresh, feminine touch, we too can bring a little of that magic into our modern homes. So as you wander through flea markets or vintage shops, keep an eye out for those special treasures: a weathered side table, a set of I hope you've enjoyed this peaceful stroll through the world of vintage French elegance and shabby chic style. Remember, decorating your home isn't about trends or perfection. It's about what makes your heart feel full and your space feel like a sanctuary. Whether it's the patina of an old mirror, the softness of faded linen, or the sparkle of a crystal chandelier, these little touches create a space that's truly your own. I'm so glad you joined me here on Vintage and Rustic, and I'd love to hear your favorite finds and ideas in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories, tips, and timeless inspiration. Until next time, friends, keep embracing the beauty of the old, the worn, and the wonderfully imperfect.